Hi, everyone. This is Uriarte. I'm a veterinary specialist in neurology.
Hi, I'm Joao Loureiro. I'm a cardiology specialist.
And this is to vet or not to vet.
What is the question?
So should I come and visit you, Joao? What do you think?
Yes.
So the question is, should a general practitioner that is liking a certain subject come and visit a specialist into a practice? Right? Is that the question?
Perfect. I get that question a lot when I do my courses. Because we've discussed this already. I know that I like cardiology. I've done my online courses. I was very happy. I learned a lot with that. I've done some practical courses. And now I would like to know what my next step is. There are some institutions that are offering kind of postgraduate qualifications, like certificates. Should I do that or not? And a lot of times, like, can I come and spend some time with you? I would love to see how a cardiology department runs. And I think it's really, really good. That's what I did when I had the opportunity. I saw a very famous cardiology, Nuala Summerfield, doing a presentation. I thought it was amazing. She had other people presenting her from her group. And I very nervously approached her and said, like, I'd love to come and see you and see practice. And she said, yes, okay, for one day. And then and then we got it on. It was lovely. And I really enjoyed it. She was amazing at teaching. And then from that, I started doing it every Friday. We managed to do that. And that's how my career then progressed. So I think, should you try? Absolutely. I think
but
universities, tell me.
I think that a little bit similar to what we were saying in the other post. I think that for me, that a very, very key important question is that you got a mentor there.
And that a lot of times to come and visit someone is, in a way, can you mentor me a little bit? Can you give me a little bit of advice? Do you get asked for people to come and visit you? I'm sure happens a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
And what do you think? What do you like?
Yeah, no, I think that I see that there is a huge advantage on having that kind of mentor. It's true that in my case, at the moment, I have a lot of people wanted to visit because of residency internship. And because of COVID, I think that we've had a little bit of difficulties accepting people coming from other countries to just kind of establish people. But I think that is super important, that mentorship, but then that gives you also coming to visit one day someone. Yeah. And
I think it is difficult, don't you?
Regular thing that you say is great, but on the other hand, who has time to go and visit somewhere once a week?
And it doesn't happen very often. It doesn't happen very often. No. I was very lucky, because I was living in Manchester and it was the University of Liverpool, so I could drive that. It would take 45 minutes. I was very lucky. Yeah. But I think another point is that there's a right time to go and visit the specialist. You need to be at a certain level to make the most out of it. I mean, if someone has never been exposed to the neurological problems that you are dealing, I'm going to be overwhelmed. If you've never done an echocardiography, you're not going to understand. And I'm not going to be able to explain what a mitral inflow is. So there's a certain level, and that's why we're talking about, and we mentioned it on the other post, that do your online courses, do a couple of practical courses, do as much studying as you can, do that training in-house that we were discussing, teach your the other members of your team, do your protocols like you said, so do your SOPs, your protocols, and then you can go with all that knowledge and all those questions to someone, and you can do it. Can I come and spend a week? Can I come and spend 2 weeks? But that's a lot more likely, like you say, than doing it every Friday, because it's very 100%. Difficult.
And I think that it is, and I have had the chance of having people, as you said, that they've already had an established department of neurology in another country, and then they have a lot of questions and a lot of, I would say, not unfinished business, but kind of little things that they don't kind of click together. and then they come for a week, and so many protocols, so many ways of doing things that they just suddenly click. So I 100%
Perfect.
agree that you need to go and see a specialist, a colleague that you want to learn from when you are well established on your department or what you're doing in your hospital as that specialty that you like 100%. Otherwise, it's completely over your head.
And on this one, and this is speaking from the perspective of people that are receiving people visiting. So it is demanding. It is demanding. Mm-hmm. Okay, it does take a lot of your time. And we actually had a recent discussion about it. Like I think we all love to share. We all love to spend time kind of explaining to colleagues really the interesting things that we love about our specialty, but it is extremely demanding. It takes a lot of your time. And so there's a right time to do it. And there's, again, a right setup to do it. In a private practice, you will probably be exposed to a lot of cases, but you may not get that journal club. You may not get that 1 hour of talking about an ECG, because a really interesting ECG, but you will be exposed to a different pace. And I think, I don't know how you feel, but at the moment, where I work at North Downs, we don't have, and COVID, like you said, impacted quite a lot. We don't have a lot of availability for people to come and visit. So it is sometimes difficult for us to accept. What we tend to do at North Downs, because we are mainly we're a referral hospital, is that the vets that refer quite a lot of cases, and we start creating a relationship, and we know that they know what they're talking about. They're already doing some cool echoes, and they say, I would love to see you close a PDA. You've closed a couple of PDAs. Can I come and watch it once? And then we try to make an arrangement. And like you say, it's perfect what you said. And for those people that are visiting at that level, we don't actually need to spend a lot of time. They see an echo and they go, oh, so are these the measurements that you do for this type of patients? That this is all I focus. I was doing so much more, so maybe I can fine tune it a little bit more. And those conversations are very interesting. And I think for neurology you have the same, no, Annie?
No, 100%. And I think that that's the thing, that the more advanced you're in your career, the shorter period you can spend with a specialist, and that specialist probably is going to be more keen on having you around. And I think that you should try and ask and try to do it. But as you said, it can be a lot of work. So if you want to have the opportunity in the future, it's kind of give and take. You need to be a little bit thinking when is the right time to go and visit, because if it wasn't the right time, you may not have another opportunity.
Absolutely. And the reason why I got to visiting in Liverpool when I started my career was because actually there was short staff on a Friday, and actually having another pair of hands was very, very helpful. So universities, a lot of times, at least in the UK, they have periods where the students are away from the hospital. Yeah. And at that stage, having someone, although you may lose the teaching that you give to the students, which is very nice, because it's, even as experienced as you are, it's always a pleasure to hear a specialist explaining the basics of their speciality to students. And I'm sure everyone can learn watching it. But if it is in a time, and so if you want to come and visit, and I'll go, Annie, I really like neurology. I would really love to come in and visit. Tell me what the best time would be for you, so that I can be also helpful. And then the other thing that I was going to put to you is that, a lot of times those visits I would probably ask, Annie, do you have any publication that you need someone to do some work? And that could be the beginning of something that will end up published. In a nice, because in our, and you how many projects, how many ideas do you have at the same time? You probably have hundreds that go like, actually, I have something really nice, just came from a discussion. Do you want to come and collect this data? And you can start an association. Yes, it will demand a lot of time from this person that is visiting you and a lot of commitment, but it could be something really, really cool.
I think it definitely. And I haven't done a lot, but when I have the opportunity to go and visit people that I know in human neurosurgery, the amount of ideas you get is just, even if it's for 2 days. So should you go and visit us? Should you come to visit us? Yes or no?
I think we should. Absolutely.
But
it's just make sure, absolutely, do your homework and make sure that you come in a time that it will be also beneficial for the person that you're asking. And you just pointed something that, Annie, that I thought was really interesting. What do you and I do? we go and visit human medicine. Do you mean you go to a human cardiologist and you go, can I come and spend a week with you? That's exactly what we do. And what do? We study really hard. If I'm going to spend a week doing electrophysiology, which I don't do, so the mapping or zapping of the heart, I want to make sure that I go there with my homework done. And I want to make sure that I'm not going to be asking silly questions, so we do the same. Everyone has their own level of what the next step would be. So do I think that people should visit? Yes, at the right time for you and at the right time for the person that you are visiting.
And if you don't have maybe the possibility of doing it in your country, try to find who is the best in your country, or even someone that is at your level, because sometimes spending 1 day or 2 days with someone that does things differently can give you a lot of ideas. And I think that is something that as a student we do a lot. We visit a lot of places, we try a lot of places for our residencies. During the residency you rotate in different hospitals, and it's a little bit of a shame to lose that. When you're working in the same practice with the same people, it's nice when you have that exchange of ideas and they give you like a new way to do things.
And come and help. Come prepared to help. Come prepared and say, like, is there a project that you have that's been in your drawers for a while and you need someone to pick it up? I'll be the man. I'll pick it up. I'll do it.
Bring a case also that you kind of prepare.
Very good.
And it's a kind of a tricky one.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you so much, guys. This was to vet or not to vet.
And that was our question.
So follow us on YouTube channel. And then if you have any questions for us, just put it down there. Bye-bye.
Bye.